Okay, everyone. Welcome. Wanted to say hello from here in Charlotte. I am here with SECA, the North Carolina State Association, and it is their conference this week. I'm excited. My name is Mia Harnos, and I am the Director of Energy Partnerships here at NCAP. I would say go ahead and go to the next slide. So there's a lot going on. This is a very, very challenging time for all of us in community action. And if you continue to read with us and stay very close to what our leaders and lobbyists in DC are telling us. Guys, this is the most, I would say, this is the most pivotal moment, I would say, in our network's history, and that it's the biggest challenge that community action has faced over the last 61 years. So what does that mean? That means now more than ever, we have to find our voices and we have to find and amplify the impact of our work in the communities that we serve. So, especially for those who have continued to express strong support for all of the work that you do, now is the time to turn to them and ask them to stand tall and stand publicly with all of us. That would be your congressional leaders, that would be your state leaders, that would be your business leaders in your community. We need them now more than ever. So this Weatherization Day and Energy Awareness Month means much, much more, in my opinion, than it has in years past. So we're going to really try to do here um, is share with you what we believe are ways that you can take that word into the neighborhoods and into the communities, into City Hall, and into your state capital and all the way up to our nation's capital to not let one person not understand um, the critical programming of community action and specifically weatherization. I'm going to introduce the team here. Then we're going to do the weatherization mission. We're going to talk about Energy Awareness Month, Weatherization Day, and hear from a couple of our national partners here today. So next slide, please. As I was coming over, I was thinking about these people that you're seeing on the screen. These people work with me at NCAP every day. Keisha Johnson, Amy English, Jandusa, Pagan, Pajoni, and Kai. Um, they're fighting. And as I was thinking about what we were going to be up against and what we are up against, I started thinking, it's like go together, go far. If you want to go fast, go alone. And then I remembered, alone we can do so little, and together we can do so much. And I remembered the movie, The Miracle Worker, that talked about and was the life of Helen Keller, who was both blind and deaf, but she was an author and a disability rights advocate and a political activist and a lecturer. And so when I thought about her today and I thought about what we're coming to talk to you about, and it really is the power of collaboration and unity, that each of us may have limited impact, but if you see these faces here on the screen working together, we are going to just achieve far greater results. And it really highlights the importance of teamwork, community, and collective action. So I just wanted to, have you guys be thinking about there are folks that despite every challenge in the world, they persevere, and that's what I want us to do today and in the weeks to come. Next slide, please. I want to ground us also today. Weatherization is mission driven. It is about the measures in each home. It is about the inspections in each home. It is about all of those audits that you all and that we conduct each day. But really, WAP is complex and it's challenging to administer. But really, at the heart of the work are the people and the families that are living in those homes we're working in. So I want to just recite this with you that the mission of weatherization is to reduce energy costs and utility bills for low-income households by making their homes more energy efficient while simultaneously ensuring the health and safety of residents. It's a whole house approach, and it's not just about energy, but it's a complete system. It's not just individual components, um, it's the entire dwelling. So we're saving money and we're helping vulnerable populations like the elderly, disabled, and children. I cannot think of a greater purpose in life. So thank you for all that you do, your dedication and your service to your organizations, to your clients, to your communities. You are all very much heroes and champions. You embody the spirit of hope and your sources of strength. Next slide, please. I wanted to share also that, web just doesn't bring one thing to the table, it brings so much. Whole family, whole home. Um, it can lead to improved air quality. If we remediate toxic materials that are harmful to the young and old alike. Things like mold, asbestos, and lead that can cause asthma and slow cognitive development in small children. It enables our seniors to age in place with dignity and in comfort. And once we get in there, we remove all that bad stuff and blow in all that good insulation. We seal, we tighten everything up. That home and family is not just good that year, but they will continue to reap the benefits of that one investment for at least 15 years. That sounds like a really good use of federal taxpayer dollars. Weatherization did invest in me and my family. As far as I know, there are 3 homes that I grew up in, and you see they're kind of on the left-hand side that have received weatherization services. The one on the right in Allen Park, Michigan, we are waiting for the final word. That's my parents' home. That's where Jeff and Amelia Rye will live out the rest of their days and golden years, as they say, a reward for a life well lived. So thank you to the crews, the contractors, the auditors, all of you inspectors that make it possible for family histories like mine and wealth to be passed along to the next generation. Thank you. So we're up against it, many fronts, and we're navigating major challenges. But I think together, we stick together and we do things like this. This can be our moment. So I just want to say again, thank you very much. I want to thank Kai and I want to thank Pagan and I want to thank the staff here at NCAP. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Keisha Johnson to talk about the importance of Energy Awareness Month. Thank you all again for being here.
Thank you, Mia. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us in this important season of awareness and action. As we celebrate Energy Awareness Month and Weatherization Day, it's the perfect time to look at how investing our workforce keeps our mission strong, even in uncertain times. As Mia said, my name's Keisha Johnson, and I am the Project Director for Weatherization Workforce Development here at NCAP. In moments like these, when funding is delayed and uncertainty tries to steal our focus, workforce development is not something that's just nice to have. It's the backbone of weatherization community stability and the engine of recovery in the weatherization network. So if we press pause on people, everything else stops with it. But if we invest in people, everything else can move forward. So skills are needed. When dollars pause or shift, the capacity of a skilled workforce is what keeps the services moving, like the energy measures, the client support, inspections, internal collaborations, and safe quality inspections. Trained people can cross-train, troubleshoot, and adapt. but untrained teams can't do that. Every hour spent upskilling staff, like your auditors, your crew leaders, your directors, your coordinators, that multiplies into steady production, safer homes, and real savings for families. So we know talented pipelines are slow to build, but they're fast to lose. And we all know how long it can take to grow an energy auditor who can model a building correctly, or a crew leader who can mentor 3 new hires. And when hiring delays creep in, that's when people start looking elsewhere. One practical countermeasure is retention folks development, micro credentials, financial incentives, and clear ladders from entry level to lead to supervisor. You want to show people their next step, and you want to equip them to take it. That's how we keep mission-driven talent from drifting away. Workforce development is our most accountable use of scarce resources. Excuse me. Training creates measurable outputs like certifications earned, measures installed correctly the first time, fewer callbacks, safer job sites, and better exam certification scores. And measurable outcomes are like your local hires, career paths, and opportunities for those who have historically been left out. So when external conditions are changing, like in this moment, the investments that still deliver are the ones that compound skills and leadership. So in saying that, what can we do right now in this moment? One thing is to protect training time. Put it on the calendar like production. Every 2 hours a week, do like a structured hands-on practice, like blower door drills, change order case studies, Davis-Bacon documentation refreshers, or intake training. All of that keeps your mind sharp and your muscles warm. And double down on mentorship. Pair each of your newer staff with a seasoned professional and give them recognition, because mentorship is retention insurance that pays back with morale, safety, and speed to competency. And track your outcomes efficiently. Count your registrants versus attendees in your webinars, your pre and post assessments, certification pass rates, and first time right installation rates. Bring those numbers to your state grantees and your partners, because data turns pleas into proof. And build your bridges. Line up partnerships with community colleges, workforce boards, vendors for shared resources, peer-to-peer exchanges, and co-taught modules. When funding resumes, those bridges let us scale into weeks, not months. So some things we can do. Leaders, the leaders on the call, communicate early, often, be specific with your staff. Tell your teams what's firm, what's flexible, and where their growth fits into the plan. Celebrate their small wins. One credential, one successful unit completion, one cross-train scheduler. Momentum is made of inches, not miles. Slow and steady wins the race. And some staff members, keep your toolkit ready. If you're new to weatherization, focus on safety, focus on diagnostic documentation, and client communication. If you're experienced in weatherization, teach and mentor. Your expertise is a community asset for sure. So write it down, film it, and share it. Partners and vendors, align your support to the skills map. Travel assistance, access to test houses, and instructor time all convert directly into quality outcomes in the field. And why does this still matter? Because homes still need safe wiring, tighter envelopes, efficient systems, and respectful service. Families, they still need lower bills and healthier air. Work remains. Workforce development is how we stay ready to meet it, no matter the delay. Because behind every credential is a neighbor who will sleep warmer, breathe easier, and pay a more affordable bill. Behind every cross-trained staff member is a crew that goes home proud of the work they do. And behind every mentorship is a career that just didn't start, it sticks. So if we keep the people at the center, we'll be ready on day one of the rebound. And when we get asked, how did you keep going? We'll be able to say, we invested in the one thing that never goes out of style or season, our people, our workforce development. So as we celebrate Energy Awareness Month and Weatherization Day, let us remember, these are not just dates on a calendar. They are key opportunities for our entire network to protect these talent pipelines, highlight our skilled professionals, and promote the many career pathways that weatherization offers throughout our communities. Together, we can raise awareness, engage policymakers, promote change, tell our own story, and celebrate the people who make energy possible. So in saying that, I will go ahead and turn it over to my colleague, Amy Gendusa English. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very glad to be here today. And okay, I'm here to talk about the national campaigns that we have launched. Some of you may have heard of the Faces of Weatherization, but this year we've launched a couple extra. So Faces of Weatherization is NCAP's way to celebrate the people who deliver weatherization services to their community every day. Another goal that we've developed is to illustrate what a weatherization career journey looks like and why people love it. So this year we are adding Voices of Weatherization, which is live video shorts to allow our frontline weatherization workers as well as our upper management to tell the story of the lived experience that they have as a weatherization professional. The other goal that I have for running a campaign like this is to add weatherization voices to other national conversations around energy efficiency. So in the past, we've seen hashtag faces of EE, hashtag clean energy jobs, and good old hashtag weatherization works. This allows us to show the industry how working in community-based, low-income home weatherization is a uniquely rewarding path, distinct from other jobs in the field, right? Here we get to work every day knowing that we are helping people, changing lives, because we care about the whole community. So we're also very excited to announce our new local weatherization awards. You may have heard of other awards coming through National Community Action Partnership, but this is the first time that we've created some for weatherization. In your toolkit, you will find details about the criteria for selecting recipients for each of these, as well as templates for award certificates. So the details of who might qualify for an innovation award or community change maker or personal achievement can be found again in the toolkit. Each agency has the flexibility to create like whatever selection process that suits their needs and deliver the awards in their own manner. So basically you can kind of take these ideas and make them your own. So as the entire, and once completed, submit them to NCAP and we will provide a couple of items and opportunities tailored to each of the recipients. So as the entire building and home energy efficiency economy continues to grow, NCAP is also working hard to connect our local network with key national energy allies. Faces and voices of weatherization may seem like small, fun activities, but they have impacts beyond like local recruitment and local community relations. There are a lot of researchers and policy groups out there that are going to come across these testimonials from frontline staff about how to improve the program. A nationwide audience will be able to pull up a pool of stories that show the regional differences in who we serve and how we serve them. Many national allies are conducting research and writing reports, which influence a variety of decision makers, illustrating for these allies the lived experience of delivering the program is a very powerful resource in the current energy affordability landscape. So now I'll turn it over to some of our closest partners, Kai Garvin from NASCASP.
Good afternoon, everybody. Excuse me. I want to thank NCAP for having NASCASP join the conversation today. I am Kai Garvin, the Weatherization Workforce Senior Program Manager for the National Association for State Community Service Programs. It's a mouthful, so we say NASCASP. But thanks for joining us here today. I just wanted to share a few toolkits on top of all the great things that the partnership is doing. NASCASP also releases toolkits every year for Weatherization Day, both for an outreach toolkit and a site demonstration toolkit. So these toolkits really provide a lot of things you need for social media outreach, similar to the Faces of Weatherization and Voices of Weatherization. It'll give you everything you need from talking points to days to release information. And things like that. The site demonstration toolkit really digs into what can be done for an on-site demonstration. So if you'll go to the next slide, I may be getting ahead of myself. So we'll step back. The outreach toolkit really provides a lot of general information and background on Weatherization Day, timelines and themes. One big hit and success we've seen over the years are governor proclamations, declarations. So it'll really walk you through kind of how to do that, how to get a proclamation from your governor. Tells you how to tell your story. We're talking about storytelling and the voices and faces of weatherization. So this toolkit will have a kind of a quick storytelling example and how to share yours. It also contains a lot of our reports and fact sheets, social media resources, like I was saying, some easy copy and paste things you can put on Facebook and Instagram and all of those fun social media sites. Thank you for the link, Grace. There's a link in the chat to these. If you go to the next slide. One of my favorite things to see on Weatherization Day is really getting out in the field. I've worked in or around weatherization for 16 years, and the clients and what we do in the homes is really the biggest part of why I've stuck around so long. So the site demonstration toolkit will really help you set up a day at a client home or maybe a test house or a training center, things like that, to do some site demonstrations, show off what we're doing, show off, the work we're doing in the home, show off the work that's being completed by our weatherization professionals. It does have an appendix with a bunch of sample invitations, scripts for a demonstration. So you can really push the easy button and have everything you need to put a site demonstration together. There is a media release. It's recommended to get word out, start planning these things early. If you haven't already started planning by now, you should really jump on it right now. And checklists and processes. Examples we've seen from other states, other subgrantees that have done site demonstrations and been successful. I've seen several of these. They're always really good. They're always really well taken. Next slide, please. And like we saw before, we're always looking to capture all of these stories. So annually, along with our toolkits that we release, we also release a report after the fact. So we try to get these reports out pretty quick after Weatherization Day to share all the great things that have gone on around the country. I know in the past we've traveled. Last year I was in New Mexico doing their on-site demonstration. It was really fun. So we try to gather pictures, gather the stories, things like that, and build a really big report over all of these events. And next slide, please. And if you want to add yours, we are always collecting information, either so we can go see these things or add them to our report. So with that, there is a link to a Google Sheet here. If you are doing a Yes, thank you, Grace. If you are doing a event or you're doing some outreach or things like that, please share it with us. We would love to add it to our report. We'd love to shout out what you're doing, shout out your organization, and really highlight all the great things going on in weatherization across the country. And I believe with that, I'm going to hand it over to Pagan to talk about some more resources we can use to really get word out about weatherization.
Hello, everyone. We have quite a few comments in the chat that people are having trouble with the view of the slides. So I don't know if we can get confirmation from folks that they've been successful and can see the slides. I don't know if it makes a difference for anybody. I have a little view button on the top right. Okay, it's fixed now. Awesome. Great. Welcome, everyone. Super excited to be joining my colleagues from NASCASP and NCAP today. And lovely to see you all here too. I am Pagan Piccioni. I'm with the Interstate Renewable Energy Council. I am the acting vice president of workforce programs. And yeah, like I said, excited to be here with you today. If you're not familiar with IREC, we build the foundation for the rapid adoption of clean energy and energy efficiency to benefit people, the economy, and our planet. Next slide. We do this through 3 different pathways: workforce development, local clean energy solutions like our Soul Smart and Charging Smart programs for local governments, and regulatory engagement. But absolutely the most urgent need right now, as it kind of always is workforce. We need a highly skilled and trained pipeline of folks that can deliver on not just our energy efficiency goals, but ultimately on our clean energy goals. And you can switch to the next slide. So why does workforce development matter? We heard a little bit from Keisha about this. So a strong workforce that saves our households money, improves comfort and safety, and drives energy deployment. But really the demand for workers is rising while our current workforce is still aging. There's a lot of young people out there that have never been exposed to these career pathways. So I think we're missing a really big opportunity there. And we're really talking about skilled trades. Most of the roles in WAP and just in the energy sector in general, where there's significant demand, are skilled trades. And we know that 40% of our current skilled trades workers are over 45 years old, and almost 50% are over 55. So we've definitely got a challenge coming up, I think. Next slide, please. On the employer side, folks are still, they're still struggling to hire. They report gaps in technical skills, certifications, access to applicant pools. And still, according to the 2025 U.S. Energy and Employment Report, we have 2.3 million plus jobs in energy efficiency. Great news, youth already make up 30% of that workforce, which is higher than the national average. That kind of indicates to me that young people are interested in these career pathways once they know about the opportunities. And my segment here is really like about focusing on the youth audience. We really need that next generation of talent starting to join us. So you can switch to the next slide. So on the youth job seeker side, we just looked at employer challenges a little bit. What are the youth job seeker challenges? They've got a lot of barriers: lack of access, which we talked about a little bit, lack of mentors and apprenticeships and easy entry points, with, in many cases, supportive services and wraparound supports to assist with things like, required tools or safety equipment, transportation, childcare, in some cases, just general professional job ready skills. And in a lot of cases, youth are just really unsure how to get started and where to find support and connections in their area. So next slide, people, or please. Oh, that's funny. That's not the one that I was expecting. Can you go back a slide? There we go. Youth workforce opportunities. So youth obviously represent a pipeline of untapped talent that we really need to do some work to connect to. I know that there are folks on this call that have probably heard me say it before, but I'm just going to keep saying it until we're all saying it, which is let's think about our kids that are in grade 8 right now. That is our 2030 graduating class. If we don't reach them before graduation, we're going to lose out on another large group of folks entering the workforce in 2030. And again, the kids in grade 3 right now, that is our 2035 workforce. So, and on the good news side, young people bring a lot of different energy, tech savviness, fresh perspectives. At the NASCAST conference, there was a fantastic session by partners at Spartina Consulting around multi-generational workforces. And actually, IREC just participated in a webinar on the same topic for RE Plus in Florida. And it was really interesting to hear workforce perspectives from different generations. So connecting to youth to career pathways improves our community resilience and economic mobility. They really need the support from those of us that are older or have the opportunity to guide them on their career journey. And our workforce stability really depends on connecting to that younger generation now. Next slide, please. So we do have quite a lot of tools and resources that can help folks connect to job seekers in general, and in particular the youth audience. So there is a slide deck, and caveat here, our Green Workforce Connect resource hub is down right now due to a technical difficulty with our SSL certificate, something related to security. But we are working on that, and so if you hit a broken link, I apologize. So exploring careers as a home energy professional. This was originally content developed by NREL that we have repurposed to align with Green Workforce Connect, and it's a great presentation. It's all editable, so you can change it, add things that are specific to your local area or particular audience. And next slide, please. Another opportunity for connecting to a youth job seeker audience is through service year programs. So an example here is a young person, Daniel, that participated in Build Academy in Wisconsin. And these service year programs are really wonderful place to find young folks that generally have wraparound supports available to them, are participating in training programs where often they are accessing certifications, including BPI certifications. There is a page on Green Workforce Connect called Talent Pipelines for Employers. I think it's under the Learn More section or in the top navigation, might be in opportunities, but there's a form that you can fill out to connect to Service Year Alliance, and they will try and put you in touch with service year programs that are in your local area. And next slide. Another resource that I want to highlight, and particularly for your Weatherization Day activities that might have younger folks around, we do have a Weatherization coloring book. It was designed by a youth artist. It's available on Green Workforce Connect. You are welcome to download it as a PDF. There's also a PDF version there with the markups needed to send it off to a printer and have it printed. You're welcome to do that. You're welcome to put your own logo on there as well. Next slide, please. Oh, thanks, Grace. At the NASCAS conference, we did a workforce development strategy lab based on the youth audience specifically. And we asked breakout groups 3 questions around 3 different areas. One was entry points and milestones. So what are those effective entry points? What are key steps from interest to employment? Supports and resources. What do youth need to succeed and stay engaged? What do you need to support youth program development? And then the last topic was around collaborations and partnerships. Where are the opportunities for program partnerships in your area? So thinking about high schools and service year programs. And I was actually just looking for I think I have some stats from there. Let me just see if I can find them quickly because I meant to have the tab up while I was presenting here. So yeah, some of the common response highlights, 80% of the folks that were there highlighted the need for early exposure in schools and community programs. And there were lots of conversations around what types of camps might be available to set up so kids could be exposed to some of the career pathways and skill sets that they would need to enter the weatherization space. 70% of folks there emphasize the fact that hands-on learning, so things like job shadowing, internships, on-the-job training is really critical for a youth audience. 65% highlighted the importance of mentorship and role models. And then, let's see, just over 60% identified the importance of marketing and outreach or storytelling that really demonstrates stories of professionals that are working in the weatherization space. So similar to like the Faces of EE and the video features, so like the career story features that we have on Green Workforce Connect. And yeah, some lower 40% of folks mentioned the importance of removing barriers, and particularly around transportation. And I think next slide, please, which is my last slide. If you are not connected to us and hearing about updates related to Green Workforce Connect and resources there, please reach out to the team or sign up for updates. And I'll pass it back to whoever's up next. And thank you.
I think that's me, Pagan. Thank you so much. Definitely wanted to shout you out on your new role and your advancement, right? At IREC, we had a bunch of folks really giving you that shout out. So just wanted to echo that, and everything that you continue to do at IREC to support this work.
Thank you.
Let's go next slide. So these are kind of closing thoughts. Again, what you guys all do and what you've decided to do with your life couldn't be more honorable. And making a difference today and for generations to come thinking about, pagans already thinking about kids graduating in 2030. And that's really what this network does. We make life better today. We pull together when we think about generations to come. Wanted to leave you with these last thoughts. Been reading a little bit just to kind of get my mind off of things, and been reading about some of the great philosophers back in the day. And Seneca, Lucius Seneca, wrote a piece on the shortness of life. And I just wanted to leave you guys with this as you kind of go through today, tomorrow, the next day, thinking about what you have made the decision to devote your life to. And again, how important you are in this country and in your communities. So it's not that we have a short space of time, but that we waste much of it. Life is long enough, and it has been given in sufficiently generous measure to allow the accomplishment of the very greatest things if the whole of it is well invested. But when it is squandered in luxury and carelessness, when it is devoted to no good end, forced at the last by ultimate necessity, we perceive that it has passed away before we were aware that it was passing. So it is the life we receive that is not short, but we make it so. Nor do we have any lack of it, but are wasteful of it. Just as great as and princely wealth is scattered in a moment when it comes into the hands of a bad owner, while wealth, however limited, if it is entrusted to a good guardian, it increases by use. So our life is amply long for him who orders it properly. And I would argue that each one of you has ordered your life properly. Next slide, please. I'm gonna watch the chat for some questions. If you guys have any, please put those in there. The next slide is really about, I think it's how to contact us, how to download the toolkit. So if we can just kind of go through, yep. So there's the toolkit, there's the NASCAS resources, there's Green Workforce Connect. You all should have those in your chat box. Next slide. Here it is. Take out your phone if you want to download it on your phone, or grab the link. And again, just kudos to the team here at NCAP. This is the first time we've done anything on this level, where we've had awards and videos and that kind of stuff. And so really take advantage of it. We're watching all of your social media. We're trying to watch. And so if you send it to us at energy@communityactionpartnership.com, we will feature those things on our socials, and we will help to amplify. Next slide. We're here for you guys. Myself and the team spent the majority of the day yesterday listening to members, members that are agencies, members that are part of state associations and training centers. We are here. We're not, just kind of some organization up on the hill based in DC. But we really want to hear from you, and we really want to help. You will see us, all 6 of us, I believe, will be attending in-person events. I think we've got everyone lined up except for one of our staff. So if you have events that are happening at your organization and you would like to see one of us, and we can come and take photos and just be there with you, please let us know. Sign up for the newsletter. That's another one. And then I think that is where we are going to end. There's my email address. There's the team email address, and there's the website. We wish you all the best, and faster alone, farther together. helping people, changing lives. Thank you very much, all. Well done. Thank you, team.